Oh my gosh, this game took way too short to actually complete. Super Mario Land, the shortest 2D Mario game of all time. Like literally, one sitting and you're done. This game is done and you are finished it. Like literally, this game only has 12 whole levels, so there's not much to go off of, but it's still a very underrated 2D Mario game that I think deserves to get remade or brought back in a port in some way that is like the virtual consoles for like, say like the 3DS or Wii U or something. A full-on remix I think would be very nice for like a good amount of price, you know? I say like a $20, $30 game for this for a remake on the Switch, I say would be extremely worth it in my opinion. Yes, we're gonna dive into the shortest thing I've ever played and completed all in one day, so let's check out and see if Super Mario Land still holds up. Yes, this is one of the shortest mainline Mario games of all time. You can probably beat this in like one sitting. Well, not sitting down. You can also be standing up to do it. It's a good time. Honestly, in this game, it's pretty, at the time, pretty good for Game Boy standards. Nowadays, pretty janky with controls and all that. I mean, this is a game that definitely does deserve a remake or a port in some way besides just being on the virtual console for like 3DS and Wii U or so. Yeah, levels are pretty short. There's only like 12 levels in the whole game. You can beat this all in one sitting. It's not that difficult. Of course, the physics can be kind of all over the place. I mean, it's not like the Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the original one, where you're like, oh, sweet, an NES controller. Nah, the controls are actually like, if you just fall without jumping, you literally fall like a brick. Like, gravity is just turned off, and it's just non-existent, okay? That's just how this works. And the jumping's fine, and the running and, jumping's okay. When it comes for power-ups, you got your basic mushroom and star, but instead of fire flowers, you get the super balls, which is one fireball that just bounces around until I guess it just stops hitting. I mean, and most of the bosses, well, they're not the most threatening. I mean, half of them you can literally just go around them, and the other ones are just really easy. Like I said, this is one of those games that just kind of go on for a while, and depending on which game you have, the colors or the graphics look very different. Not the physics, though. Yeah, there still are a pretty good amount of unique ideas. I mean, you do have something like a submarine and airplane levels later in the game, which is very cool. I wonder why we don't see stuff more like that more often. And there is a score system for some reason. Also because I guess this game's so short, game overs don't matter that much because like most, you go all the way back to the beginning if you fail. I mean, unless you score 1,000 points, you can get one continue. Wow, what a deal. Yeah, this is still... Yeah, of course, this is still one of those games that is like, wow, that's how you get more lives. Of course, nowadays with other 2D Mario games, like especially the sequel to this game, is there really a point to playing it? I mean, not entirely, but if you want a quick game to knock out in like one sitting that's fun and short, this is a game that's really fun to go to, honestly, and it's still fun despite that. I think a remake could greatly improve this with maybe a couple more levels, like some more extra, maybe a side mode or two, and then, I think this game could be really good for a remake, honestly. It just comes down to, yeah, it's a Game Boy game. Overall, this is still one of the more simple, short, but still very fun 2D Mario games that I wish Nintendo would go back to instead of creating new Super Mario Bros. 50 years at a time. And that is Super Mario Land. Overall, a very underrated Mario game, part of the mainline franchise, obviously. It would be really cool if we could see a remake or a port in some way in the future for the Switch. It would be honestly very cool. A lot of people should more experience this game. That's all I got for today. I hope to see you all next time for more Yu-Gi-Oh! And video games. See ya!